What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj, and this might be the moment everyone's been waiting for. Another Just How Good video. Today we're doing Russell Westbrook. Now, usually I do like guys with a lot of potential, the guys that are going to be good, but during the season, it's all about the players that are actually putting in the work and the players that are doing better than everybody else and exceeding expectations and whatnot. And we're only a week or two into the NBA season, but Russell Westbrook's play has caught the eyes of many across the NBA, and, well, we're going to talk about it. And before we do, I advise y'all to drop a like down low if you enjoyed this video. It helps me with my YouTube grind, helps me get where I need to go. I just want to grow here. I just want to become bigger than I am. Subscribe if you're new, that also helps, and comment an idea. If you want to see a different player in a video like this, go ahead, let your opinion be known, and yeah, let's get into this. So, starting off with Russell Westbrook, we knew that Russell Westbrook had some very high expectations coming into the 2016-17 NBA season. Not only was he abandoned by Kevin Durant in Oklahoma City, but he was also tagged as the guy that's going to have to carry the load and do absolutely everything for this Oklahoma City Thunder team. The thing about this team was, it's all Russell Westbrook now. And people weren't really thinking about how many games they were going to win. It was all about the stats Russell Westbrook was going to put up and how crazy he was going to go and how just fueled and fiery his play was going to be. But in the end, he has been better than I think most people have thought he'd been. Because I know we expected a lot out of Russell Westbrook, but I don't think a lot of people expected the Thunder to be 5-1 after the first 6 games of the season. And for Westbrook to already be putting up 33 points, 10 assists, and 9 boards so far in this season. Now, to me, is this a surprise? Well, I can say that I'm surprised that Oklahoma City's 5-1. The only loss they took was in Golden State, and it was a bad loss, don't get me wrong. But they've held their own in the other games. It's not like they've played all that great of teams, except, they got a huge win over the Clippers in LA, and the Clippers are very good this year, so that's definitely an impressive win from the OKC Thunder. But Westbrook's doing an absolutely phenomenal job of leading this team. It seems to me like he's matured a lot in terms of how he plays. His basketball IQ is definitely better than people give him credit for. A lot of people just attribute his greatness to his physical build and his passion for the game, but people don't really realize that this guy knows what he's doing and he knows how to win games. And without Kevin Durant, he's proven that he is having no problems right now getting those W's. They got a big win over the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. Russell Westbrook so far in this season has been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, he's had games against the Suns. He had a 51-point, 10 assist, 13 rebound game, followed it up with a 33-point, 16 assist, 11 rebound game against LA. And then the next game, he comes out against the Clippers in Los Angeles and puts up 35 points, 6 boards, and 5 assists in a W. Yes, he did have 10 turnovers, but when you're handling the ball that much, it's just going to come with the cost. He is averaging 5.3 turnovers per game, but he probably has the highest usage rate in the NBA right now. He's shooting 44% from the field, and guys, I don't know if y'all believe this, but he's shooting 41% from the three-point line. He's been absolutely on fire from beyond the arc. Not something that was foreseen by many, since Russell Westbrook has never been an efficient three-point shooter. But hey, maybe this is the year when he gets his shit together and he's actually hitting those shots because he knows he needs to. Now, in these type of videos, I usually talk about a player's prime stats because, I do this a lot for younger players. And today I'm going to be talking about what his career is probably going to look like when he's done. I don't plan on doing another Just How Good is Russell Westbrook video. Maybe we'll make more videos about Russell Westbrook. In fact, I'm sure I'll make more videos about Russell Westbrook. But the thing is, this guy has a chance to be a top 3 point guard of all time. He really does. His stats are unmatched. For a 6'3 guard, no one, I don't think his size will ever average the same amount of rebounds he's averaged, because that doesn't make any sense that he's getting 9 rebounds a game. He's the only point guard averaging that much. He's the only guard averaging that much. He's the only player that's not a big man averaging 9 rebounds a game, and he's a point guard. He's 6'3". That's in itself is unbelievable. Now, Russell Westbrook is not just a rebounder, okay? Now that KD's gone, his stats are going to inflate like crazy, and he's going to be one of the top scorers in the league for years and years and years to come, and he's going to be a top playmaker as well. He's a good defensive player, and hopefully he can get that ring at some point, but I think an MVP might be in store for him at some point. I mean, honestly, if the Thunder keep playing like this guy is for sure an MVP candidate. I didn't think that he'd be that big of an MVP candidate, but, you know, if this team finishes with 55 wins or more, then you gotta consider this guy. If he's doing stuff like this, he's gotta be at least, you know, a top 2 for the MVP, or the best guy for the MVP, because no one is carrying a team like Russell Westbrook right now. Now, in the end, I do think Russell Westbrook will be a Hall of Famer. In fact, I do think he's already established himself as a Hall of Fame player. I don't think he has to do a whole lot more in his career, because he's done so much already. He's already been just fantastic, phenomenal over his, I believe he's been in the NBA for, what is it? This might be his 8th season or 9th season. He's been here for a long time, and he's productive for every single season he's been in the NBA. And he's just gotten better and better and better, and you better believe that he's going to keep on doing that. This guy definitely does have the power, the will to be an all-time great, and I think he will be for sure. I don't think there's any question about that. Now let's talk about where he ranks at his position in the league. Initially going into this NBA season, I had Russell Westbrook as the 4th best player in the NBA. And that was behind the likes of LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Kawhi Leonard. No, I did not have Durant over Westbrook. If you haven't heard about why that is, I explained it in many videos of mine. Basically, Russell Westbrook does more for a team. He's just better in so many more areas. KD is a great scorer, but he's not half of the competitor that Russell Westbrook is. He doesn't have that same passion to win, and he's not an alpha dog player. I mean, maybe in Golden State when he has those amazing teammates, he'll be an alpha dog player, but who wouldn't be an alpha dog player with that skill set and those teammates? That's unbelievable. Russell Westbrook is going to do that. That's who he is. That's why I have him 4th, and I might have to move him up after this season. I think Russell Westbrook's going to have a much better season than Stephen Curry. I can already see Stephen Curry's numbers going way down, and I predicted this. I knew Stephen Curry would not lead the Warriors in scoring. I don't think he's going to be nearly as good as he was last year. I predict that before the season, and I think it's coming true. I think you're seeing that KD is that number 1 guy in that Golden State Warriors team, and Steph Curry might fall down that list. I think Russell Westbrook might just be the better player now. I don't see why he wouldn't be in terms of what he's doing right now. You're seeing it. I mean, Russell Westbrook, there's no one that can do what he's doing. LeBron and Westbrook are the 2 guys that can carry a team in the ways that Russell Westbrook is doing right now. I don't think Steph Curry can do what Russell Westbrook's doing. I don't think he can do that at all with those teammates. He can put up some numbers, but he's not filling the stat sheet, and I don't think that he's winning those games. He's not nearly the defender Russell Westbrook is. So Russell Westbrook might just be the best point guard in the NBA. I mean, I might have to think about that for a while, but it's definitely valid. I mean, this season, I think Russell Westbrook's going to establish himself as the best point guard in the league, and I think that he'll be a top 3 player once the year is done. He'll definitely finish it tops in, not like first, but you know, he'll be top 3 probably in MVP voting, or top 5 at least. By the way he's going right now, I mean, he's on pace for that. You know, he might fall off, anything could happen, but you know, Russell Westbrook is one of the most consistent players in the NBA. He's not a guy that really goes for a lot of like bad games in a row or something like that. He's always going 100%, doing his thing. He's always going to be a good defender, always going to be a good rebounder. He's always going to be a good playmaker. If his shot's falling or not, that's the one thing that, you know, it's harder to rely on. But Russell Westbrook really is good night in, night out, and he's not going to have a lot of bad games in a row for a team like the Thunder, where his responsibilities are so important. So Russell Westbrook has the potential to be the best player in the NBA. LeBron James is the clear-cut best player, but in a couple years, he's not going to be. And I think that the guys that could take that spot are either Russell Westbrook or Kawhi Leonard. And I talked about Kawhi Leonard, I think, already. Maybe I didn't, but my thing about Kawhi Leonard is that Kawhi is so good on both sides of the ball that he could definitely be that. He's just a great leader, great at everything in basketball. He could be that. He's like a LeBron-type player, almost. And when LeBron is not as good as he is now, in a couple years, hey, Kawhi can step forward. Russell Westbrook's always going to be an option, and he's that good of a player. He's really to be not. He's a top 5 player in the NBA or better. He could be top 3. Maybe Steph Curry's falling off a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to wait it out because jump into conclusions after 6 games or something. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. If y'all enjoyed this video, please leave a like, as I said earlier. Subscribe if you're new, and a comment idea down below, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.